Hello everybody. I know I'm playing a Mortal Kombat game, but there's something I want to talk about that's, it made sense what somebody said earlier that I saw earlier on a broadcast today. Oh crap, microphone's broken. It's all good though, it's all good. Alright, but microphone's broken, but it's okay. It is okay. But here's what I want to talk about. If you guys watch things like wrestling or whatever, you'll notice that well, WWE has been very substandard of what they've been putting out as their product lately. AEW's kicking butt in New Japan and all that. They're doing what they do best. I'm gonna say something that a lot of you probably don't notice or whatever. We all know the storytelling is very substandard in the WWE. Very substandard.
Afraid you're not my
it's not really worth watching to a lot of people.
Round one, fight.
And here's my big problem with the WWE. An announcer said that used to work for the WWE said that what the WWE has done is more storytelling than calling the match. I will say this. It's absolutely true what they're saying. Sometimes it's like, why do they have three people calling the match? Or when they have a guest at the announcer's table, they're telling what everybody's saying. They're telling stories.
Kung Jin wins.
Why won't you say that Natalia's doing the sharpshooter, or she's doing her discus clothesline, but yet they're saying stuff about her whole family tree, especially things like Tamina and all that. I mean, they're giving us their whole history besides calling the match. You know, I know Michael Cole has been in the WWE for a very long time. I remember when he first got into the WWE. He is an okay interviewer, you know, but he is not a good play-by-play type of guy, move-by-move or whatever, right? Why you have him calling a match if he can't call a match? Michael Cole, he knows that they ain't gonna let him go, but he's probably the best person on the announcer's table, which I find pretty dumb. There's a whole lot of people out there that knows how to call a match, but yet no, what they have done was they turned these announcers into storytellers. Here's the thing that I kind of learned from announcing or whatever, what the true announcers say, you gotta pretend. Well, Vince Scully kind of said it best, because here is a guy. If you guys don't know who Vince Scully is, he's one of the best, probably the best baseball announcer of all time, and
Round one.
he's been calling the Dodger games for over 50, 60 years. Was announcing before the Dodgers came into LA. That's how long he was announcing, which he just retired probably a few years ago now. And when he retired from announcing, everything has changed. You guys, here's a guy who Vince Scully has done. Here's a guy that could call a game on live TV, and at the same time they put it on the radio. At the same time. I'm not saying that it's unheard of, but a lot of teams did that to announcers because the way that you have to announce it on TV, you gotta announce it like if the person is blind. You gotta do that. You gotta, let's say if the person is blind, he doesn't know if they're throwing a fastball or anything of a sort. That's what Vince Scully was really famous for. He'll actually call a game, and he'll say a story also, but yet he will call the game pitch by pitch. If you didn't know what the type of pitch it was, he would say breaking ball, meaning it's a ball that went off-centered or a sinker or something like that. And he'll explain how give out a story of what it is. Gordon Soley in wrestling used to do the same thing. Announce a match that is on national TV if it is telling it to somebody that is blind, or on the radio, which is supposed to be. That's what Jim Ross was pretty good for also. He even said that him and other announcers are fighting for number 2 spot, which I think in my generation he is the number 1 guy. And he admits Gordon Soley is the best wrestling announcer there ever is going to be, because he calls it move by move. The way WWE is now, like, alright, you guys gotta tell me who won the match, how they won the match. Oh, Natalia did her sharpshooter to win the match for to end the match. Alright, what other move did she do besides her discus punch? If they ever called the move, the chick kick, the Camila doing the Superfly splash or anything like that. But yeah, they're giving out advertisements and everything else. Come on, man. Call a match like if I was a deaf person, because sometimes they'll do moves that is really different or same as the other one. Like some people doesn't know the difference between a backbreaker that's over the knee, where the person is horizontal over the leg.
Yes.
Right? There's that backbreaker. And the difference between that and a rib breaker, where they put slam them on their knee on their side, right on their ribs, and they don't know which move is which because they're not calling the moves or not doing it right. Or why a sharpshooter is different from the Texas Clover leaf.
You make an exceptional punching bag.
Or they're not calling what the moves are. It's like, come on, dude. Call the match of how it is. I I watched wrestling for a long time. I'll say this. I remember Tony Schiavone called a few moves, not what it is, or Jim Ross even. You know, they all make mistakes, but at least they're trying to learn what these moves are.
Give it up, son. Walk it off.
Finish him.
It was good to have somebody announcing, such as
Jin wins. Fatality.
Jesse the Body Ventura. Even though he's a color commentator, he'll call the match. He'll call it move by move, especially with Gorilla Monsoon. I think Gorilla Monsoon is probably better than JR in my opinion, because he calls the move the way it is, because he was in the ring for a very long time, and he calls the moves the way it is. No, it's Michael Cole. He doesn't know
Sir,
what these moves are.
Round 1.
They're telling me stuff about a move that's not even a move, or telling me the 1 million time when Superfly Jimmy Snuka died, or anything like that. You gotta. I'm sorry, my microphone came off.
Round 2. Fight.
WWE, if you want to sell your product, or get your talent over, your really good talent over, you guys gotta start calling what kind of moves that they're using and how difficult it is. There's something about when Michael Cole had Taz as part of the announcing table, and to me, I kind of like that. Michael Cole and Taz was good together, because even though Michael Cole didn't know how to call a match, Taz knew what the move was. He knows what the move is, like the bow and arrow, the Mexican surfboard, things of that nature. He even knew the Japanese names
Round 1.
to the moves, like how it originated and all that, because Taz was just really good like that. He wasn't as good as Gorilla Monsoon, knowing certain facts, but at least he knew the moves. He called the match. Stop telling me a freaking story while the match is going.
Round 2. Fight.
What? And the person that did the interview on that, because I was just wondering how come this person was working on a company that I grew up watching, and that was Jim Ross when he was in. He did this B-list type of thing podcast, YouTube, and that's what he said. They want me to tell a story while the match is going on, or whatever. And what JR was saying was, sometimes I'll be calling the match and somebody's be in my ear, and sometimes that they ain't gonna say it right away, that they're screaming on the headphones while he's calling the match, try to keep us cool, and then later on, like when there's like commercial break or whatever, it's like, hey, you know what, good thing you didn't say nothing, because it was inaccurate or something like that, or they probably lose a sponsor or something like that. But
Ready to throw down?
that's one of the reasons why JR kind of left, because they'll say something they said that he was always talking to the head guy in a gorilla position, trying to keep him telling to say stuff over and over and over while he's calling the match, and he can't process it over and over and over.
Round 2, fight.
No, and I have to agree with that. You need to get out of people's ears, because if it's not organic in a way for them to for them to call the match, why even call the match? No, because that makes people very unhappy of what they're doing. And what they did with JR before he went to AEW, what they have done,
Kung Jin wins.
he was still under contract with WWE, and when he came back a few times, it was just a few times before he came to AEW, he was on a contract and he was collecting checks for doing basically nothing for months at a time, not announcing or calling any matches for months and months and months. So when the contract went up, they
There is no honor.
thought about maybe renewing his contract to do the same thing, just come in, just whatever, and you're gonna get this amount of money. JR said, no, I want to work. I don't feel that he could retire yet, which I don't blame him, because all he had to do is just sit it on his ass and just call a match. How many people could just could admit to that? He's like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't be lazy. I can't just sit on my ass and work.
Round 2, fight.
So he somewhere down the line, after his contract was up, he said like, hey, you know, I want to work. I want to go to AEW, so this is what I'm going to do. I know there's things that they said, like I heard what everybody else heard in 2014, when 2013, 2014, when WWE 2K14 was out, that he skipped questions on Ric Flair. That he didn't ask Ric Flair certain questions because Ric Flair at the time, when he was on the stage, he was tipsy. He was drinking. You know, everybody was drinking, but he was just kind of a little over it and didn't want people to know that he was. So they were going to come to that, and Mick Foley kind of messed it up for him. But after that, they said that they let him go or something like that, which I heard like everybody else
Thanks.
has.
Good.
Optimism
But
is a thin shield.
Round 1, fight.
There is not really anybody that in the WWE that's not calling up the matches right. I haven't seen a WWE match or anything for a while myself, but I do know that they're still doing this formula of not really calling the match. They're just
Round 2,
giving you a biography of every single person. You know what? If I'm not being racist or anything, let's say about the Anoa'i family, the Anoa'i family, whatever, Roman Reigns and all that, all their family. You know what? I'm from Carson myself, and we do have a whole lot of Samoans over at Carson High and all that, especially the city just by itself.
final round, fight.
And I'll be honest with you, what somebody has told me and my godfather is Samoan. Cause I asked him this. I asked him if it was a stupid question. He said it's not a stupid question. He's like, it's kind of funny because it's true. I'm like, so is it somewhat true? Is it not true? He even said, you know, Puerto Rico is gonna be that way too. And the question that I asked him was, are all Samoans, especially on the island, pretty much related? And you know, he giggled or whatever, he just gave me a smirk. But yeah, he said, you know what, Oos? Just letting you know.
For his role in saving Earth,
yes,
Kung Jin's
as small
family
as this
created
island
a
is,
statue in his likeness for inclusion
we're all
in
pretty much
Raven's
related,
revered
and
collection.
we're pretty much
But
cousins.
Kung Jin's thoughts were with one no longer
cousins
accepted by
with
his
each
family,
other.
Kung Lao.
He's all like,
Kung
when you go
Jin
to a
set
small
out
town
to
in
locate his cousin and
the
found
south or
him
something
in the
like that, you know,
Netherrealm.
like Mississippi or something like that.
Raiden believed
He's all
Kung
like, when the
Lao's
guy said
tortured
in
soul was forever trapped
what
without
was it in
Quan Chi's
I Love
magic
Lucy,
to free him.
when the
Kung
guy's all like,
Jin
yeah, you
knew
know,
the
hi cousin,
Shaolin
how
was
you doing?
stronger than any
He's like, yeah, we all
spell.
call each other cousins
He
because
vowed to help
we
Kung
pretty
Lao
much
fight off the evil
are
that had
all
remade
cousins,
him.
you know. And he's all like, that's how it is with our culture. The island's so small, and we couldn't go far from where we're at, so pretty much that they were cousins. But it's just I don't know, guys. It's just things that makes absolutely no sense with everything that's going on with the WWE. If the WWE start calling matches, calling the moves the way that they are, they can raise their profits and get better fans. Once they start doing that PG era stuff, it was already done. They went backwards on something that that made no sense.
Jason Voorhees.
It's like, how the hell you're gonna go try to go forward on something that you're not supposed to be.
Jason Voorhees.
That you guys really took a big old step backwards. Yeah, I put it on easy if you guys are wondering. I'm okay playing with certain characters. It's just like I said, I'm okay. I'm not the best. It's like when I play other people, that's one thing. When I start putting like medium, start getting tougher or hard, then I'm done. It's like if you look how I play, I'm doing just a basic move type of thing. I'm not seasoned as some of these really great competitors. And I picked Jason because I'm a big Jason fan, believe it or not. Believe it or not, you're not the subject of I'll go back to the WWE. The WWE start calling moves the way it should be. Oh, darn it. Too close. If the WWE start calling the moves and stop telling stories, they could get better ratings. You cannot build up a character in the WWE
Assassin battle.
assassin battle. I've never been in an assassin battle. This is new to me. Let's see how I fare.
Round
Is that another person online or what?
finish him.
Yeah, WWE calls the moves and try to sell the moves off of the wrestler or whatever that they're trying to push. They would. Oh, hold on.
Assassin defeated.
I gotta let you guys go. My headphones is just totally jacked.